There are some that like the city grass that's smooth and curried green. Theaters, strangling collars, wagons run by gasoline. Hey everybody, it's Chris with GoBob back again from the OCA convention. We're going to talk a little more in depth about the Pearson CowBoss, but mainly we're going to talk about the scale system and kind of what it took working with Pearson and working with Gallagher on the load bars and making sure everything matched up. And Brice is going to talk to you a little bit more about how that platform is put together and what they kind of did and how it worked for them, so that it could work better for you guys in the field. So, Brice, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Wonderful. When we did work on the design of this, we did integrate into the design of the frame. Right underneath is 2 bars at the front and back. They have pre-drilled holes for the various load bars that you can use, depending on what you want to do. So it's a quick bolt up for you. Very, very simple. Then again, we just felt like when we wanted to do this, that none of the platforms were stout enough and heavy enough to stand up to everyday use. Most of them have been built for the show industry to weigh animals, a single animal across, catch your calf's weight and your pig's weight. We wanted to do something that was going to be more durable. Again, our philosophy is we don't want it to last 10 years. We want it to last 2 or 3 generations, and that's the goal. So we want to do it one time and one time only. And so we built that particular platform to go in there. Again, it's 2x4 channel underneath, 4 sets of that. Again, crossways, and then 2x4 cross beams with the 3/16 plate on the top of it. And then, of course, grips so that the cows won't lose their footing as you go forward. Again, we just tried to design everything to make it as handy for the producer as possible. You can buy the CowBoss without a scale system in it, run it just bare. But we wanted to make it very, very simple for the producer to be able that if they wanted to put a Gallagher scale system in, whether it be wired or wireless, that they could just put it right in, super easy, and in just a very, very short period of time, they could be weighing cattle. And so that's really the process that we went through to make that system.
Okay. So if a producer comes to you and they want to buy the CowBoss and they want scales they want the scales to be underneath there and have the platform, will you guys put the scales?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Rig it all up for them?
You bet. Yeah. Yep. Just typical, just like we do shoots. If a customer is ready for them and they know they want it, we go ahead and get it all ready and it's ready to go.
Awesome.
Yep.
So they pull in, roll up?
Yeah. And they're gone. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, now, folks, I'm going to introduce Robert Fields with Gallagher. Robert and I have been working together quite a bit, and we are a Gallagher dealer at GoBob, so I have full access to this guy at all times. I've got his cell phone number, and he said I can call him anytime, day or night, weekend, whatever. So I'm going to give it to Robert. Let Robert kind of go through the system that's on the CowBoss right now, and then he's going to kind of talk about the EID tag readers that are available and the different scale head indicators that Gallagher has available. So, Robert, it's your turn, buddy.
Okay. One of the things I wanted to touch on that I think Brice brought up that was innovation, simplicity. We got to keep it simple for the cowman and the stalker guy. And one of the things that Brice and me and Chris was talking about in the very start of this is going down the road, it needs to be wireless. There doesn't need to be any cords dragging behind. We know everybody gets in a hurry.
Yep.
Might forget to roll something up. Mm-hmm. The beautiful thing about this system is with the wireless load bars, merge Bluetooth to the weigh scale, you're ready to go. It's over. No cables, no zip ties, nothing.
No, nothing.
It's a simple system that's fast, it's efficient, and the new platform design that Pearson's put in there to not only protect their image, but ours. The load bars are in there safe, secure, bolted. They're not going to be having any issues with the mud. They're on a steel frame. They couldn't be designed any better. So we're tickled to death that we're able to partner with an innovative partner that sees the vision and the innovation of where we need to go in the cattle industry. So what I'm going to touch on next is the units themselves. For 25, 30 years, guys didn't do a whole lot of weighing. That's changed abruptly fast in the last 5 to 7 years. And what really has brought this on is the cost of cattle. What am I getting in my return dollar? We got to weigh them, guys. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to give you the main features of our units and their capabilities of how you can be efficient yet still economical on what units you need to purchase for what things you need to do. Ask the right questions to get the right answers, to get the right performance. Okay? So the W1, which is one we're featuring with this unit, the CowBoss, it's our intro unit basically from Gallagher that allows you to weigh, be linked to the wireless load bars, Bluetooth, and also to the HR4 reader, Bluetooth. So they can EID the cattle. They can get the visual tag tied to the EID tag. It can go into the unit. It can hold them records. It can go to the cloud and store it through our APS system of software. Okay? Real quick system that allows the producer to start weighing, have the ability to do EID, and have the features of the wireless load bars. Okay?
It's a great combination. Great
Yes.
combination.
And one of the things that this HR4 does, it allows you to have 3 traits. So you could do a condition score, you could do sex, and you could do pregnancy through the HR4 reader. Just those things on its own through the HR4. Okay? We also have an HR5. I don't have it featured today, but that's another EID reader that just has more capability of software. It has the ability to be a birth weight calving book for guys that want to use it out in the truck. They can use it as a calf book, and you can individually put weights in on the HR5. That's just a few of the features. I'm not going to go into all the features, that it can do over the 4. The 4 also is going to be able to be used on the TW3 and the TWR5. Okay? And the 2 main features, these are touchscreen, so they're going to be just like your phone. Okay? TW3 has the ability to have, with an update from us, to have a pedigree chart in it. So there's some features when you buy the TW3 that later on we can update you through our app system, putting it on your phone through the TW3. TWR5 already has those features in place. So the 3 is going to have 3 traits. It's going to give you a lot of software capability, a lot of record keeping capability that's more advanced over the W1. Okay? The TWR5 is just an upgrade from the 3. Okay, they both still can do wireless, and we can still do cabled load bars on everything that we sell. So if you already have equipment from us that's not wireless, they can still hook up to the cabled load bars from Gallagher. So we're not trying to make it more difficult for the producer, trying to make sure whatever equipment he has, and Chris knows this too, we're going to be able to marry to that, merge with that, help them support that. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
One of the things too that the TWR5 does over the 3, you can put an antenna or a panel reader to the TWR5. We don't have a lot of producers that do that, but that unit has that feature also. So if a guy wants to put it mainly in an alleyway system or a loading of some trucks out of a feed yard, that's where the panel antenna reader comes into play a lot more than the average cow-calf stalker guy out there trying to do it on the ranch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Another thing, too, is health records.
Yes. Yes.
So you can put your health records into each one of these.
The other thing it also will do is sample test. So all the DNA samples that we're having to do, and Chris can help me a little bit, touch on that some too. both the 3 and the 5 both have that capability that you can use a scanner, do the tissue sample, and do it right off our weigh scale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty neat feature that we already offer, that you order a $10, $15 scanner
Right.
and do the tissue sample and set it into the Breed Association or to wherever, place that you're sending it to the lab to get those results done. So that's a really nice feature that is going to be available. One of the things that's changed here in the last few months is, and it's changed a lot for me, there's been a lot of activity on EID readers. We're starting to see more activity on sales on EID readers, and that has a lot to do with some of the things that's changed with the ruling of transportation of livestock that need to have EID tags, put in their ears. So buffalo, it's already mandated that they have it regardless. So any buffalo ranch, I found this out yesterday, no excuses. They have to have it, period. So it's going to probably be more prevalent down the road, but I think we all need to crawl before we run.
Yep.
So as soon as we get a little bit more information, I'm sure they'll share it with us. Chris will share it with us, and we'll know more about it as an industry. So we have the equipment that will allow you to get to weighing cattle economically, safe, and quickly with simplicity, and still be able to have different units that fit what you want to do on record keeping and economically price booked to fit your need.
That's awesome, Robert. I appreciate you, doing this for us today.
Oh, no problem.
Robert will be here in the booth with me all weekend at the OCA, so come visit. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Check us back out on the next episode of the GoBob Cattle Hour. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all that kind of thing. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
On the bus, with his hooves a flashing lightning from a cloud of Texas dust, and the bawling of the cattle.